What's up, guys? Currently, I've got the stomach bug, and just now it's getting better. I've been pooping myself constantly. So, right now, I've got a little bit of energy, so I love to talk about sugar addiction again and get into that. And I'm going to talk about a bit about my experience with sugar addiction. So, I've been eating like it was big when I was younger. When I was a kid, I had like a basic Mediterranean diet, meat, potatoes, etc., etc. But I'd had my chippies, popcorn, ice cream, lollies. I love the snake, the snakes, the jelly snakes, the jelly lollies, all that good stuff. Um, but I did my best. I stayed away from soft drinks mostly. Soft drinks was one thing I didn't really ever have, to be honest. Like, obviously, once in a blue moon. Same with fast food, once in a blue moon. Pizza I had often, though. That was like probably the one fast food that I'd actually have, mostly out of all that in that sort of category. But that was just throughout the years, and like anytime I had a craving, obviously my mind would go straight to the chips, straight to the lollies. And it also becomes a habit, a routine where just after you eat, right? After you have dinner or whatever, then you can just have some snacks, have some lollies, you know? Obviously, your parents tell you not to have it before because it's going to spoil your appetite. Um, but I had that for years, ever since I was a kid through high school and all that stuff, and even during my early 20s and up until now, I think this last year I cut it out of my life completely. And I'll bring up some photos of what I looked like a few years ago, just a few years ago, and what a bloody difference it makes. And here I am sitting down here with a stomach bug, just recovering after just pooping myself multiple times a day, every day, sick, dehydrated, and how do I look better than when I was just eating that old diet? And all I've done is just cut. I've just cut, right? Get this right. I've just cut out sugar and carbs out of my diet, and it's like, wow. How did I look worse than when I do when I'm literally have a stomach bug right now, and have been. Yeah, you don't need the details. You know what I'm talking about here. It can get bad. It can get messy. It can get violent. But yeah, just eat more meat and more eggs, because when your body gets all the nutrients that it needs, it's not gonna send out those signals, those cravings. And when you do crave something, because you have that taste of sugar, and you've had it almost every day or every week, it's just like a habit and an addiction. And your brain straight away, for some reason, goes straight to the kitchen in the cupboard with all those junk foods, chocolates, ice creams, lollies, whatever it may be. Your brain thinks of those things, that sugar craving, for some reason, when it should not be the case, like, naturally, because there's no nutrient value in those things. It's just poison. Instead of salivating over a nice juicy medium rare steak, mmm, mmm, like that's what we should be craving. You know what I mean? That's what we should be craving. If you don't crave a juicy, medium rare, grass fed, grass finished steak, then you got mental issues, bro. You need to sort that shit out. But yeah, have more meat and eggs so your body doesn't send out those signals. You're getting all the nutrients that you need. If you have a little bit of a sweet tooth, you can always have raw honey. I like to have raw honey that isn't heated during the extraction process, because that heating process damages the honey. So the one I get, the jar, on the jar it says cold extracted. So because they slap the label raw honey on it, but doesn't mean it's raw. So I go for that raw honey, and I just get a wooden spoon, because apparently the metal spoon, like, it doesn't actually, first it doesn't taste as nice. You can kind of have that metallic taste, but also it kind of messes with the honey, apparently. But I use a wooden spoon, and that goes great. Tastes lovely. Tastes awesome. When you find that raw honey, it's so much better than those, like, plastic bottle, those ones you just squeeze, like, the ones that we used to have. It's like God knows what's in it, just sugar and all the garbage. Tastes a lot better, and having it with the wooden spoon I have a big wooden spoon because I don't have a small one, but that I just stick it in there, and yeah, and away you go. So I hope that helps. That's gonna help you prevent these cravings and be healthier. And you basically cutting out all this bad stuff, but you need to also replace it with some good stuff because you're gonna be hungry. You're gonna be craving stuff. So you want to be satiated. You want to be full, and meat and eggs are gonna do that. You know, and of course the meat's got to be grass finished, grass fed, grass finished, and the eggs you want them to be pasture raised. You want the yolks orange. You know what I mean? They want because the chickens have to be out in the sun and eating protein and what they usually eat out on the grass for it to be nutritious and healthy. Um, but yeah, I hope that helps, guys. That's what I've done in my life, and I speak from experience, and that has helped me greatly. And it has affected my health inside and out. And I want that the same thing for you. So get to it. I believe in you. Have a good one.